Hey everybody. So just to kind of wrap it up here, I think for this, I think you brought a good point to wrap it up for probably today. Things always change though. Who knows? So yeah, all those things with Little Bear, my addiction, me becoming more, learning to listen to myself and speak my own truth, and the resulting consequences of just separation between friends, and me turning into more of a just an assertive human being, as far as what I want and what I think is right, and just my truth and all this and that. Then seeking out solutions to saving the world, and like not feeling like these jobs are what I'm supposed to be doing on a very profound level. So all those things, and then choosing to focus just on the hemp, and also the whole, like when the sickness happened. Little Bear was also here and younger, and it's just all of that compounded into me, just just isolation in general. And so I spent a lot of time researching the hemp and watching Netflix. And here in Portland, we also have like, oh shit, oh well, you guys can still hear me. We also have like I think over half the year is cloudy outside, and so just in general, this city spends a lot of time indoors, and it can be also hard to, like, I've worked at a lot of different places around here, and I've met a lot of cool people and worked with a lot of cool people, and I've done a little bit of hanging out, but it's been kind of hard for me to make friends, to be honest. I think part of that also is because I've like, upon coming here initially, like it's a trip, man. It's like literally entering like hippie villa. Like it could take a little bit to get used to. Like, I came from Arizona, where people are open, but they're also very like, I don't know. They're just not as they're not open like intellectually like they are here. Like, people like read on the streetcars, and like it's a different vibe here. And it took me a while to kind of get used to it, and to open up, and to be not as like, Phoenix had a lot of like tension and like violence. To be honest, I've always felt like it had a lot of violent energy, and it's not. Portland's changed a little bit recently, but for the most part, it's not nearly as violent as Phoenix is. And actually, still to this day, it was in Phoenix when I had the most. Florida was kind of gnarly. There were some parts of Florida that were gnarly, but in the hood in Phoenix, they're just so large. And I never got to the hood in Florida, so I really can't speak on it. But in Phoenix, it's just such an expansive area, and I know it's so expansive. Like, there was one night I camped out somewhere, and it was a really bad fucking spot. Anyway, it's the most sketched out I ever felt. So it just sharing with you guys, like, so coming from that vibe here to Oregon, which is just a totally chill, mellow, where everybody's smoking weed and got tattoos and fucking open, and there's just it's totally different, man. But in doing so, they're also very seclusive. So it's like, if you don't have like a Nietzsche or something, like some type of, they're very skill orientated. They like to do, like, have hobbies and skills. And so if like you're not into something like that, and part of a crowd that's doing it, or in order for you to like get into these type of crowds, you got to have like type of a skill, and you also usually got to have money. Although don't always have to. They have a lot of cool shit that doesn't cost money here, but as I'm sure most big cities do. But it definitely helps. And my main, I don't really, my main thing has been saving the world. So it's like, yeah, I could try like backpacking and all these other types of alternative sports things here, and it's really popular up here in Oregon. But saving the world is really the main thing that I've been fucking focused on, and falling in love, and all that good stuff too. But when it comes to like the things I like to talk about, it's involving love, and then that also, but the love thing brings me to save the world, because it's like, okay, we're living in a society that's all about perpetuating the death of other life forms. So it's like, it's against love. So it's like, even when I start talking about love, it leads me back to saving the world. So it's Joshua still is the only one. I mean, other friends of mine have had similar desires, but like, when me and Josh met, like, I met him in New Orleans, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I just straight up told him, "Hey, man, I'm on a mission to help save the world." And he looked at me like, "What the fuck? Really?" Like, that's exactly what, because he was working on that in the Cajun Kitchen, where his friend was was working at the time. He would just go there and hang out while she worked, and he'd be working on his skyscraper he wanted to build in New Orleans to help feed the starving children, or feed starving people, and eventually starving children in Africa and all these type of things. But he developed a whole skyscraper with all different types of floors and levels and things to do on it, with vertical farm growing systems and all sorts of stuff, with that intent and purpose. And he was working on that while I met him, talking about how I want to save the world. And this was when I went there specifically to see Zen, and talk with him about it, like share with him ideas. And I wanted to like take Zen out and fucking buy him some beer or whatever the fuck he wanted, and just talk with him. And I was hoping he would just show me like a cool area I could camp out at, maybe find a job and you know, but it ended up not working out that way. So it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, so that's part of the reason why it's been hard for me to meet people and befriend people here in you know, the Pacific Northwest. But I've still met a ton of beautiful, like, awesome souls, you know. So it's like I'm not hating on it. It's just a part of the way it is. And just also like, still, even though they're all open, like, that mentality of wanting to save the world is still extremely unique. So it's like, you know, it's just kind of gotta, like, it's not something that you're gonna find all the time. So it is what it is. But that's why I'm so grateful for YouTube as a platform, because it really has given me an ability to express and share my ideas and just, you know, desires and feelings about saving the world. So thank you all for listenings. And I'm sorry again, you know, my intent's never to, you know, I just hope everybody's doing all right. All right, love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.